Let's discuss. Hey everyone, it's Rachel back again with another video, and today I'm going to be checking out another new single by Humanity's Last Breath, taken from their upcoming album Ashen, which will be out on August 4th. The new single is called Linger. I have covered the first two on the channel. Very much looking forward to the album and another new song. I will link all their social media, the music video or visualizer I'll be using in the reaction portion of this, all that good stuff, pre-orders for the album in the description of this video. Also, a quick note, if you notice my videos have slowed down at all, it's because I have a lot of stuff going on right now. My dog is sick. In addition to that, I'm moving, but next week I'll be all settled in, and I'm going to be coming back full swing streams as well. So I very much appreciate your patience right now, and I'm not going anywhere. All that being said, I'm going to stop talking. We are going to get straight into it. The singing, then this. Oh. This is my favorite one so far, I can tell you right now, without finishing it. Ooh, those layered tunes. Gold anti-AIDS. Humanity's Last Breath, Linger, let's discuss. As I mentioned, after only one listen, I can confidently say that this is my favorite of the 3 singles. While I really enjoy the other 2, this just felt like it had something very special to it. I suppose I'll start with talking about vocals. I feel every time I do a band that Buster's involved in, I start with talking about his part, so I will start with the vocals. While the chorus was a huge draw for me, I feel like that was probably obvious. Something that had equal amounts of carried equal amounts of weight for me in my decision, loving this song, making it my favorite single after one listen, all of that, would be the layered vocals. There are some points in the song where you hear those highs back there, and they're so emotive, and they just add a lot to each part that they contribute in. It added a ton for me, something I was consistently noticing throughout the track. So while I love the chorus, and I really wasn't expecting something like that going into a Humanity's Last Breath track, I think there were points all over the song in which were attention grabbing for me from a vocal standpoint. There are just a lot of eyebrow raising things that Humanity's Last Breath are doing when it comes to riffs, breakdowns, vocals, all of that stuff. The what is this? I think it's what is this feeling, but it's like right in the middle of the song, I believe. It's the what is this that's very much spoken in like a deep voice that kind of threw me off. Very quirky, not something I had expected, but those, when I talk on the channel about, quirky moments or things that have identity and stuff, what I mean by that is when you think of this song, even if it doesn't necessarily win you over as quickly as it did for me and stuff, that is something that you would be able to remember the song by. So in a time where there's a ton of music and stuff, I don't think that Humanity's Last Breath maybe will have the same problems as some bands who I do think need to put a lot of identity in that. When you get more into like the standard metalcore area and like the bands that kind of start sounding similar and stuff, I think those moments are super important, but it's still very appreciated seeing it in something like this. That's obviously not the only purpose of a moment with so much identity. It's used across many bands. You could be the most popular band and there are still things that are done like this that really stick with me. It threw me off for sure. I was like, as soon as I heard the what, it was kind of like a question mark in my brain for a moment, but then as it came, you're like, okay, all right. So I loved the chorus. Those layered, we are stuttering today. Those layered screams are probably just as much of a win for me, as I said. This is going to go right in line with what I've said about the previous 2 singles and pretty much anything that Buster works on. I feel that these mixes are just huge. They sound huge. They fit perfectly to whatever band he's working on or with, whatever the case may be. None of it sounds copied and pasted into a different project or like too much influences brought from one into the other. Nothing like that, which is incredibly impressive because you see Buster's name on so many bands now. You see him working with Alt and Elision and Humanity's Last Breath obviously being a huge part in multiple bands as a member as well, and they have such strong identities in their own that it's incredibly impressive to me to be able to consistently crank out that much creative stuff to be able to tap into a sound that a band wants and make a mix that just fits it perfectly. The stuff with Alt is just unreal. It's my favorite of their discography has been some of that newer stuff, but you can hear, I say this, I feel, in so many of the videos that involve Buster, but being able to identify, I know that's Buster even if I didn't already know that, but not in a way where it sounds copy and pasted. I think that's incredibly cool and not super common necessarily. So this kind of gives you more of a feel into I am struggling with words today. As I mentioned, I haven't been making a ton of videos, so I'm not used to talking in front of the camera as much as usual, but we're gonna power through it. I feel like with this song you are getting a bit of a different form of melody from them. It's very melodic in places. Even in some of the transitions, it just feels a lot more melodic rather than sort of chaotic or unpredictable, really. I talked about that, but then you are getting singles that have that, or moments in this song even that do carry that, but overall this feels a little bit different. Hopefully that makes sense. I know I'm kind of going on here, coming up on 5 minutes. I really enjoy this band though. I feel like I could talk a ton about them, which is great because there is an album coming up in less than a month. So I will make a full album reaction and then I'll be able to talk as much as I want in that review. I'll keep listening to the singles, keep furthering my opinions on those as we prepare for August 4th and the new record. I really wouldn't want anything different with this one. I feel like Humanity's Last Breath is a band I'm going to be often saying that with because I don't listen to much else that sounds like them. You're getting more bands that, you know, have those stall riffs and stuff like that, but it still does not mean that they sound like Humanity's Last Breath. I feel like that would be very difficult to do. And of course, Buster has some stuff that I feel, of course, you can draw parallels with, but in this sound, most commonly I'm listening to Humanity's Last Breath. So nothing different I would want. I feel this will stay my favorite of the singles and be a pretty hard bar to beat, but we will see. Let me know what you thought in the comments. As I mentioned before, all of their social media, promotional links, the video I used in the reaction portion of this, pre-orders for Ashen in the description of this video. You can also find my link tree there, and that will have all the important links. Since I'm getting sorted to move by, at the time I'm filming this, it should be next week where we get into the house, and then of course getting my computer set up, the camera, and I'll be good to go. Getting back into streams, trying to get my Twitch channel up and running for real. If you're interested in seeing when I'm live, all that stuff, the Twitch channel is in the link tree, my Discord server invite link, my Patreon, which we've just done our monthly live stream. I'm going to be adding some more Patreon streams, updating the tiers very soon, but everything I do currently offer is listed out there right now. Discord is where the community is based for my YouTube channel. We've got a lot of really awesome people in there. Music-related conversation unrelated to music as well, a bunch of music lovers in a community. As always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.